Some words hold a different meaning to different people. One of those words is creativity, something of which some claim to lack, while others may say they have too much and don't know what to do with it. I decided to ask a few people what creativity means to them. That is, if it holds any importance at all.
Yeah,
It's a big one.
Yeah.
It means so many different things.
That's such a tough question. What is creativity? I don't know.
For me, creativity is problem solving.
I think creativity is being free and being happily ignorant of what the set rules are by our ancestors.
I think creativity is really important.
Excluding creativity from your life is impossible. It's gonna play into any aspect of your life.
Like if I woke up tomorrow and I stopped being creative, I don't know what my life would look like. I honestly think I would be a very boring person.
Creativity, in my opinion, is all these emotions, all those feelings, all those ideas that you have inside of you, and it's the way you present them and the way you let them out to the world.
There's always a seed that starts kind of in you or with you with an idea or an impulse or something you get, an experience somewhere, and then something starts up in your brain slowly whispering to you saying, how about this, how about that?
Everything you do where you have to think of a way of doing it, that's for me creativity, so it's necessary, else we would just know.
I think everybody have it in a certain way that it just comes out in different places.
It could be like in a piece of paper. It could be like, I don't know, playing an instrument. It could be like something spiritual.
Well, it's like when you say, yeah man, just get creative with it. You know, that's saying do something new, right? Do something different. That's what that means, right? Get creative with it.
You use it automatically in your everyday, like on the things you do, you know, the way you work, the way you study, you know.
It's easy just going outside the box, but it has to connect. That's the key of creativity.
So I think it's a lot to do with that. It's very connected, you know, with your life.
I think that's the key to success in creativity. Because creativity everyone could do, right? Everyone could just draw scribbles on a paper. That's creativity. It's just top lining of your mind. It's brainstorming, right? But to make it relevant to where you're at, that's how you like that. That's at least to us very important.
If everyone would think completely rational and okay, I'm capable of doing this much with my experience and my money and my whatever, then we would never try to reach over our supposed boundaries. So
a way for me to seek inspiration is to listen to music I haven't listened to before, and kind of picking some tools or some ways of doing things that I want to incorporate in my productions.
One of the most important things you can learn is usually the most boring part, but it's learning the technical aspects of being able to create the stuff you want to learn.
A lot of people underestimate how much, for example, theory means. So the more you study, the greater your creativity can actually be.
You can have this huge idea of a painting or a movie or a script, but if you don't know how to structure it, it will all fall apart. Then you will lose the interest in pursuing it.
But I'll do it out of knowledge. I won't just do it out of the thin air. I won't just take it down. It's by knowing stuff that I'm applying that to my creativity. And if you do that, if you study a lot, your creativity will grow.
It actually helped me, you know, being more social, making new friends. It helped me the way that I live my life, you know, putting a lot of creation on it. So I think it's one of the best things, best qualities, you know, that people can have by being creative.
I've been asked this question a lot. What do I do when my creativity stops? Meaning, for example, if you have writer's block.
I call it being like a dry spot where you want to create stuff, you want to be creative, but nothing is happening. There's no inspiration, there's no nothing, and it's really frustrating.
Best thing one can do, including my young self, I would say, just keep doing stuff.
To overcome it, a
wise man once told me that that's, and it's proven right ever since, that once that happens, that's when you're close to actually finding that next level to your project.
I have found the system where I get a new word every day, like the word of the day, and if that inspires me and if it clicks something in me, I write from that. And if it doesn't, then I write the word down, because maybe it will click something tomorrow.
I think the only thing that can change that, the only thing that can trigger momentum or creativity or any kind of creative process is action.
It happens quite a bit.
Once that happens, that's when you need to push. Just when it feels like I can't do anymore, that's exactly the point where you need to remember what I'm saying right now and say to yourself, okay, now I need to push. Because you've already started everything, but your brain's reached a level where it's still inside a box. And that's when you push that creativity, that's when you go out and you find gold. Because you're suddenly in a place where you've never been. And that's the key.
I liked to draw a lot when I was a kid, and my father usually saw me when I was drawing. There was like piles of paper behind me because I couldn't just get the picture in my head to be on the paper, and usually it was one line and then I get frustrated and throw it away. And that was my process, but that's part of the process.
Figure out what you want, and the more precise the better. But even if it's just an area of like, okay, I want to make films, then do everything that's in your power. And usually there's more in your power than you realize to get there.
And eventually, I might have not have gotten the perfect picture from my head, but I definitely got a product that what I would say was proud of, or that I felt was maybe even better or more inspiring than the initial idea.
By continuously throughout our lives stimulating our brains and making them work in creative ways, we're now able to tap into that enhancement of our brain and like use it whenever we want. So yeah, and to me it's a tool, a very powerful tool to do what you want to do creatively, right?
I would suggest to wake up every morning and like visualize, just think about, okay, what do I want to achieve? Oh, this, cool. What can I do today? Not like yesterday or last year or tomorrow or next week. Even if it's 5 minutes, just anything. Do I want to be an actor, for instance, or a photographer or a singer or anything? Like, is there a course that's available? Is there anyone else who's interested? Can we jam together? Is there an agency? Is there someone looking to create a student project? So again, action, I think.
From fear of sounding like a sports management, just do it. Yeah.
The creative potential is important, and doesn't matter which field you are in, it's gonna be there.
I think you should stick with that, and you should create your own reality, and you should create your world, and that's how you should live it, the way you create stuff.
Creativity to me is thoughts and ideas coming alive. Some may say that it's creating something from nothing, but I believe we give a little of ourselves in everything we create, and I'd have it no other way. I choose to be creative because if I didn't, I'd get the feeling of words left unsaid and things left undone, and that is not a life I want to lead. I choose to be creative not just because I want to, but also because I have to. It's simply a part of who I am.